Hi guys, this is from Scrubs, and with me here today is Tim. And actually, it's in the video, it's also me against Tim, testing out the Ray list that we built together a couple of weeks back, and the one that was discussed during the last Scrubs Ship It episode.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no. I oh no. The feels. The
the
feels.
feels. What kind of feels, Tim?
I'm remembering the extremely PG trash talk.
Oh yes, the trash talk was extremely PG and went up a couple of ratings up as the game went into the ending. Yeah, so just to reiterate for anyone watching right now, this game is supposed to test out how viable the Ray list is. It's around what fifth game right now, but three of those games were actually during more casual Royal Rumble style games, but Liz has had at least two serious one-on-one games.
Yeah, I have to say though, this is my first time playing this particular list. So caveat, I suck. And even though I helped come up with this list, I suck because this is my first time playing it, and I actually don't even have a resistance conversion kit. I've been looking for one, I just don't have one yet.
Yeah, those are actually my stuff on the other end of the table that Tim is using. So right now, Tim is doing the setup, while Tim is doing his end of the setup. I just want to go over, just want to give a clear picture of the idea behind the list for those who are curious. The idea behind the list basically is that we want to lean on the fact that Ray is a highly efficient jouster, especially considering her ability. So we've given her teammates that can capitalize on the fact that she wants to joust, specifically Jessica Pava and Lieutenant Bastion.
Yeah.
Two really cost-efficient T-70s that can get double modded shots.
Yes.
So, anything to add to
anyway,
that?
just to explain, I mean, normally I would probably deploy them together, but well, in this case, it's more of I'm separating them because I'm up against aces. What the heck am I gonna do? I'm gonna joust them, and then they're just gonna go around me. So, why bother? And um, basically, what I'm doing right now is going to seem extremely stupid because it is. This is me just running forward with the two. Basically, I call them the bully brigade.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that they're gonna do is that fight me, bro. While Ray is over there, and she's just there to create chaos. And
Mm-hmm.
just to explain how stupid I am with this list, the chaos was mainly on my part. So for the first few turns, nothing. Ray did nothing. I'm already telling people right now.
But yeah, I think it's nice that you've nicknamed Jess and Bastion the Bully Brigade, because it kind of highlights the fact that even if we initially thought about this list as a jousting list, a lot of the fact that there are three ships means that there's a certain flexibility to how they fly. It's easier to split them up compared to, let's say, the whole triple X small X kind of archetype where there's three T70s and Finn, where you really want to be keeping at least the three T70s close together so that you can maximize Snap Wexley's composure shenanigans.
Yeah, or you could put basically Snap and Finn together, and then Jess and Bastion. But we shall see. Well, like I said, I have many regrets here. I should have just boosted forward. Many regrets.
But just to be fair, Tim, those two T70s were scary even for Poe. I
Oh,
don't think.
yes. They're going to see your regrets later. Don't worry.
A lot of bad decisions on my end as well, but um, overall, I guess the primary thing that I'd like to point out regarding the Ray list is that it's able to make a comeback.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes. Ooh, I was amazed. I
So,
was very surprised.
so in this specific case, from my understanding, Tim was trying to cover uh, my possible escape routes when he split apart Ray, like he mentioned earlier. So in this case, I wanted to go after a potential softer target, which was Ray herself. Not necessarily jousting Ray, but if I had more guns on Ray, at least I could probably be assured of her melting faster, getting to half points faster.
Yes. Which did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This actually really shows that I'm not yet too familiar with the shenanigans, because really what I should have just done was basically I should have just gone with a four straight then rotate.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd gone with a four straight rotate, so sure I get stressed. Yes, that is true. But then if I rotate it to the sides, then it would have set up next turn for either with a two straight or two bank covering more. So what would happen would be I should have just gone, yeah, I should have just gone with a four straight, then a two, then rotate, double stressing myself, and then removing both of the stresses with Corcella later on with a two
Mm-hmm.
bank, and then a boost or a two bank, then a straight, covering more sides. So, um, play uh, after playing this one time, I kind of see um where I went wrong with this particular opening. Like, look at that three bank. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god. Yeah, I should have.
On the
Um,
force rate.
if I had done the four straight, I would have been more or less in the same place. A little bit backwards, sure, but then I wouldn't have been up in your face. Also, my what do you call that? My arcs would have pointed towards Lulo and towards where Poe is coming from. So,
Yeah,
mm,
that's yeah. Also, you'd be a lot closer to the bully brigade for support.
yeah. Another, well, like I was happy with the block there, and then I
Hmm.
remember that I told you to do a
Do the
one
one,
turn with Lulo, and it's like, oh, amazing. Yes, yes.
which I did because it was the maneuver that
Yeah,
made
it's
the most
yeah,
sense.
yeah. See, you know, don't don't make, just because it's the best move and just because your opponent knows that it's the best move doesn't mean you don't do it.
That is true. I was thinking if I should have done a two turn here, but I end up just doing the conservative one forward, which actually paid off because now I could fire auto blasters at you.
Yeah, and also, well, let's be honest, the you got out of the way of the other T70, so at
Mhm.
least it's a much better outcome.
That bully brigade though was really strong, and it's gonna happen in the next turn.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I was pretty happy with this first engagement.
Yeah.
Um, I was able to control range away from a significant portion of your list. Uh,
Also,
but
you arc dodged
yes,
and took no shots. Dear God.
yeah. But it would be my next successive mistakes, which would be a downfall and kind of highlights the difference between flying the three resistance aces and this three ship resistant, the other, this ray based three ship resistance list, and why I mentioned about this list being strong, at least on the comeback, if it's the option that you take on the
Yeah,
thing.
well, one of the things is that it's the sheer amount of HP. I mean,
Mhm.
this is, if I remember correctly, 25 HP.
Yes, 25 total health.
Yeah.
It actually has the same HP as the list we mentioned earlier, the triple X small X list.
Oh,
It's
okay. So
the same
I know.
amount of health. It just loses the extra gun, extra free die attack, and it kind of compensates for that with Ray's force abilities and the higher initiative from Ray.
Yeah. Oh,
Though
just to clarify also, the original version had sense, but
Mhm.
seeing as that we don't really have much use for it, I switched out the auto blaster and sense for what I found to be really useful. I think it's a hot shotgunner.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, if I'm shooting people, basically. If
yeah,
I don't,
and it's a great offensive and defensive choice, Tim. I'm glad that we decided to switch that out.
yeah,
There's actually a turn in the game where it became important.
yeah, it was such a. I mean, if basically if you use it maybe 2 or 3 times in a game, you've already paid for it. Especially if you remove a focus from someone who didn't use it. So you remove it, and then that's the same person that the bully brigade is attacking. So yeah,
Yeah, it works well with the fact that Bastion and Jess are at low initiative, so you'll probably be shooting at something that's defenseless. The Bully Brigade basically doing a little less conservative two forwards, but still being quite threatening, closing in a net.
yeah, this was a mistake.
Two forwards. You should have done what, one
No,
forwards?
no, no. I should have just gone with I should have gone with a three forward than a barrel roll.
Mm,
Um, I wanted to stay back to get more space in to cover more ground because I wasn't really sure what was gonna happen with Poe. And then my bigger mistake actually was here. My bigger mistake was not rotating
mhm.
because I was somewhat hoping that uh I was somewhat hoping that um I would be able to catch Lulu, but then I realized, oops, they're moving behind after me right after I put down the focus. So I should have just, next time, Tim, rotate it and then just get your freaking what do you call it? Just get your freaking kill box in.
Yeah, because either way, Ray has those two force charges in, right?
Yeah, they have the four. She has force, and then she has what do you call that? And she has the hotshot gunner. Every
Yep.
time that you use the hotshot gunner on someone, it it's so good. Like see if I had just rotated, then no problem. Look, Lulo,
Yeah.
your useless focus.
Oh, that's LOS.
Oh,
That's sorry. Yen nums.
sorry. Look, Nyan, your useless focus. It's amazing.
Unfortunately, in this case, it's the alternate universe where Yen gets to save his focus.
Yeah, so bad. I swear.
This is also the turn where I make my first
Big
significant
mistake.
mistake. Um, I mean, my pole maneuver was already perfect, but
Yeah,
then I had to adjust.
yeah.
um, yeah, here we go. It's me taking the two turn to relieve the stress with the R4 Astromech and getting a pretty good joust on Jess. I think I'm still defensive with I'll say this with Bastion here being the shot being obstructed on his end, but I decide to gamble and take a boost. This is the I don't know why I decide. I know I thought I was gonna catch Jess, and then I realized it when I was placing
And
that.
then when you put it down, it's like I went over. Oh boy.
I was angled a little too much off to the side.
And then Jess is like, oh look.
I scream out, "This is humiliating," yes, it is. But what's this? While I'm worried about the fact that I'm eating some really bad, how would you say it, shots for Poe without getting a shot back. I want to talk about some of the essential components in the list. Aside from the fact that we built the list around Ray, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Jess and Bastion are particularly essential as wingmates to Ray. I don't see much. I don't see too much of alternatives to either of them, considering that they can give consistent double modded shots.
Well, they're basically the only thing that will fit. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna put a Lulo because it's not gonna survive. I just want something that like will stay on the board and hits hard enough. And
Yeah.
really, these are the only two that'll make sense. And because especially because we could, we maybe we could put in a fin, but this works just fine.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's a much harder choice for your enemy to, how would you say this, think about shooting at either Ray, Jess, or Bastion compared to Ray and some two other ships that are probably have smaller health. Just try to erase that off the board.
Yeah, that's true. And see, look at look at, it feels so bad. If I could, just shoot that, yeah, I'd feel so much better. Oh, look at that amazing, I know, one hit.
Yeah, but I think I evaded that one.
Yeah, you did. I was like, look at that amazing one hit. I'm
It just
amazing.
happened.
Yes.
Here's a question, Tim. I remember that after this mistake, I continuously stressed my bow throughout the game. Was this a good decision? Do you think it was a decision that I had to make, considering that the T70s can keep me in arc while trying to exit for 2 to 3 turns?
Well, I think, okay, in this case, it was more of that you could have just exited like with a 3 straight, then a barrel roll boost or a boost barrel roll. That would have been an okay option.
No, the rock is kind of in my way in this case. I'd land.
Oh, okay, sorry, I don't recall anymore. So that means your best bet would have been a 2 bank. You've got an R4, right?
Yep,
So
I think that is exactly what I did.
yeah. Okay, let's see what's gonna. Ooh.
I just realized that we kind of play a little messy with stuff bumping.
Yeah. No, this is more because we realize that this is what do you call that? We realize that this is more of a well, glorified practice. But
Mhm.
we're just having fun. Oops. Yep.
You were
There.
having fun.
There. Look at that. The focus that never got used.
We were definitely having fun during this game. It was just really fun to see Ray do stupid things.
Yeah.
And it's just the part where you double stress Ray with a rotates too.
Yeah. That I should have done at the first turn. Oh my god.
I have a question, Tim. One of the alternatives that we were thinking about for Ray was using Leia instead of the whole Coruscant engine upgrade and title setup that we're using here. What do you think is a good argument for using Leia, and what do you think is a good argument for not using Leia over the current?
Okay, my thing is, um because of the basically because of the title, it allows you to do things that Leia would never allow you to do. Like, the next turn I could do a 2 bank, 1 straight, and 2 straight, if I remember correctly, and then all of the stress is gone. That's one. Another thing that I could do, simply because the title is, I could remove the stress because of Corcella. That's one. Another thing that most people don't realize that I have the ability to do, just because it's there, just because the title is there, is I could, the next turn I can do a 3 bank and then a boost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry, with the title? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, because even if you're stressed, you can take the boost with the
yes,
title.
exactly. And that's because I have the title and engine upgrade. So it's a white boost that basically says I don't care. Oh no, this I remember this bump. This bump was amazing because it bumped exactly where your front arc couldn't see back.
Yes, and
Oh my
Nien had to like get stuck with that uh, stress token. And this was I wasn't satisfied with how I utilized Nien's red maneuvers during this game. I think the issue was that um, Jess and Bastion were still a little bit too far for me to try to get
yeah, plus
to some crazy red maneuvers
yeah, plus Jess and Bastion were doing crazy red maneuvers.
as well. Yeah, I should have just tanked the unmodified shots and then do the crazy red maneuvers after.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think this is the one where I got like three hits or something.
Oh yeah, this is let's see. And you called it actually. You actually said hit focus and you get exactly a hit focus. That was a crazy moment.
It's
I
like
spent
I'm gonna spend it or else I'm not. It's gonna become useless. And then I was trying so hard to get damage through on Poe just so that I could get free target lock with Bastion. Dear God.
here's Lulo dealing some damage. In fairness, during this game for the three resistances, I would say that I I did a lot of good Lulo decisions until up until the mid game where I took too much of a risk because Poe was just too dead in the water by this point.
Yeah. Hmm. Oof.
Yeah, three hits and only one hit goes through.
Stupid force users.
So I think just going back to the whole Corcella interaction, if it was Leia, a player who uses Leia would have to spend a force to turn the sloop white and then
uh,
rotate and
yeah.
then
Then
use
the
Leia
next
again the next.
yeah. So basically, you're still a two force. Half of the time you're gonna be two force
Mm-hmm.
because what's gonna happen is you're gonna be doing moves and then using Leia to turn them blue. So just to be able to remove the stress, and then what happens is the two most important actions that you have are rotating your turret and boosting, which if you're playing with Leia, you don't have access to a white boost. So I'd prefer basically abusing the the title and just having a white boost so that you can still boost and not double stress yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get the title when you have Leia. That's another thing.
Yes.
So
So
what happens is I don't get to do what I just did, the sloop then rotate. Nope, that's not an option.
unless you spend Leia, or yeah, even if or unless you spend Leia, basically to downgrade any maneuver.
Yeah, you're gonna downgrade it and then you're gonna stress yourself. So next turn you're gonna use it again, and then but here like if I'm double stressed, I'll just do a blue maneuver, keep my two force. So it's basically the same. You're still a two force ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you
So
just adjust using the boost, right?
yeah, you adjust using the boost, or in this case, maybe I should have just rotated more.
It's
That
interesting how Ray, compared to the other Falcons, I mean, at least in this game, compared to the other Falcon games I've had or we've had, it seems like Ray likes to really just, to twist her target around. It's been an observation with the past two games, the two other casual games, and this one.
Yeah, it's something that I also realize because um to be really honest, I think um if you're already beginning in like a jousting, if you're already in a jousting formation at the start, like what we did the first time, that's already that's when you keep it in front. But here, like with what I did, separating them, I really should have just rotated and then maybe kind of run off. I have another thought about that also. Maybe instead of no, so first turn I did a three straight. A three straight, and then a boost forward right in between those
Mm-hmm.
two asteroids. I should have just done a three turn away instead of
Okay.
running in. Like scared ya.
Yeah. Because at least would have messed with my whole I would say this disengaging initial start.
Yeah.
Because with my list, I wanted to make sure that I can disengage from the bully brigade initially and make them work for getting towards me, while eventually the bully brigade were able to get into a scrum with my aces. I did put in some significant damage on Ray to get her at half points. As you may notice at this moment, actually, I'm currently leading in points.
Yes.
This part is horrible. It's a good thing that the template was still there and we could put back Jess where she used to be.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. Messy, clumsy play.
Well, you do remember this is like our fourth game?
For the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is like our fourth game. And this is it's already like
I think it was around 7
seven.
p.m.
Yeah, it's already seven. Plus we were kinda hungry. Kinda.
Yes, we were. But if I'd like to also point out here, it's interesting how it's only Poe and Ray that were gunning for each other.
Yeah, no. It's because in my case, Poe is already damaged, so it's like finish him off, and then the thing is, this is the funniest thing. Once you ran to that side, I made the conscious decision to just like, huh? He's going there? Okay, I'm out. Let's attack the other guys now. Because it's like, okay, I will finish you with Ray just to prove that this list is strong. I
That's actually exactly what you were saying during the
yeah,
game.
yeah, I know. It's like I'm going to joust you, and that's how you're gonna die. I think that was what I was saying over and over again. Oh my god.
And I think that's actually how to say this, considering where Poe is at right now at this point in the game. Even if it was inevitable 2 to 3, even if you were saying it and then it probably might take 2 to 3 turns down the line, it's kind of inevitable. There's just no way for me to turn around without having to face the
Yeah,
Jess.
it's either you're gonna eat the attacks from Jess and Bastion, or like Ray rams herself down your throat no matter
Yeah,
what.
and it's about just surviving the whole which specific joust to end up meeting.
Yeah, that's a great point actually, because something that most people don't notice, especially with this. Also, highlighting my mistake, just to explain, I became a lot, not just a little, a lot, like boost boost crazy
Mhm.
here because uh admittedly, I this is my first game with the list, but I think I really should have just like stood my ground and kept the kill box
Yeah,
basically.
I think you were also kiting like the way Han Solo of either faction's Han Solo usually flies at initiative 6. with the
Yeah,
preference for doing the boosts to get out of arc or get better shots.
yeah, and then suddenly realizing, wait, they move after me.
Yeah, and Ray is a wholly different thing with at Initiative 5.
Yeah,
I mean, she could probably do it if everyone else is moving before her. But in this specific case, boosting isn't much of an option. I mean, there were better arguments for just rotating the turret, basically.
yeah, exactly. There were multiple moments where I should have just gone meh and just stayed there, either rotated my turret or took a target lock.
Tim, if ever, since you flew the list during that game, what do you think are some of the Ray Pava Bastion list's weaknesses?
Well, basically, um, if you don't fall for the, if you don't fall into the trap of, like, oh look, here come the two T7, no, here come the two T70s coming in from behind, and then you allow yourself to get shot at by the T70s. I'm pretty much dead because I'm sacrificing half points on Ray just to hopefully
Mhm.
hopefully get a counter punch with the bully brigade.
And the Bully Brigade really did some work. Poe is now at 1 health. It's crazy what two dedicated, consistent double modifiers can do
Yeah,
to
stupid.
shooting at range 3.
Yeah, it's like lul, 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 lul.
Yeah.
And they weren't even double modified here. It's so weird.
Oh, yeah, well, Bastion's packing the lock, but I don't think he used
Yeah,
it.
he didn't even use it the entire game. It's like, okay, I guess it's there to scare someone. Oh, and then I don't know. My dice were uh where anyway, they were weird. They were weird in that overall they were average, but the thing was that the times that the natties happened,
They were critical
they
moments.
were extremely critical.
Yeah. Which is always good. Because, I mean, who doesn't want critical moment with this?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't mind. It's just that, oh,
Yep. And I remember here thinking that maybe I should have just turned into the Bully Brigade instead of just trying to catch up to Ray.
yeah. That would have been a better option, especially since I was actually expecting Nien to do like a Talon roll
On
here.
the other side, I was actually worried that I wouldn't fit. Looking at it from my side of the board.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, the decision to talent roll the other way though was because I was hoping you were going to do more conservative moves, trying to keep Poe in check.
Yeah, but this is the
Kind of.
heroic faction. We
Yeah,
we
and
do move we do movie magic maneuvers.
I did not expect you to do the 4Ks and the talent roll for Bastion. So I was so far away from doing a boost into Jess or something into range 1. That was what I was hoping for actually.
Yeah.
And I end up stressing my yen again. This is uh, one for the so I just end up doing the barrel roll just to get out of arc. But I guess it's a learning experience on that end. Trying to gauge exactly what my opponent when my opponent will suddenly shift their target priority.
Yeah, but it's me. I just do crazy shit. I admit to it. So, yeah, and oh my god, the next turn is like the is okay. It's the perfect example of me being boost crazy. This was if I remember correctly, I had my uh
Yeah, your turret front, forward, back.
yeah, and then I just basically I think I took a three the next turn. I took a three bank and then boosted.
In fairness, the three back is the most I mean, it's a decision I would have also made.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have boosted. I really should have just like, oh look, you're in range. I'll just take a target lock
Yep.
for free.
And here, Lulo took damage from Ray. That actually hurt.
Yeah, it was 1 damage, right?
It was 1 damage.
Yeah.
Usually updated at the end of turn, so you may notice the indicators on the left or right aren't updating until we actually end up finishing the shooting round.
I'm trying to remember what my thoughts were here. Oh no, it's like the two T70s are like, durr, let's do a blue maneuver.
Let's
And
just remove the
then
stress and
yeah. And then
benefit from this.
yeah. And then
On my end, I was thinking that maybe I should turn one of the auto blasters on the T70s into an R4 Astromech for Nien, because I would have loved a 2-turn at this point rather than just a.
oh, that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. No,
Something I'm
because
considering.
yeah, actually, cause wait, but Nian. Oh yeah, he has auto blasters. Yeah, I would have just put an
For Astro.
R2 actually. Yeah.
Hey, R4 or R2?
Sorry, R4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
The one that makes 1 and 2 basics into blue maneuvers.
mhm.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit more forgiving, I guess. So
Yeah,
yeah.
especially on your post red turns. Yeah, makes the most sense.
I remember this is also a prime example of how soft Lulo is. Because it's this turn he takes a shield damage, and then the next turn he actually dies.
Oh no!
It's,
Is it next? Is it next turn?
yeah, it's this turn. If I, let's see. That's how we can probably watch while waiting for that critical thing to happen. Oh, there we go. Me remembering to update the whole. Uh,
Yeah. So Lulo is down to 3.
yes.
Nian is still at full. Poe is down to 1, and he's staring down the barrel of a 3 red dice ship.
And the funny thing about this here is that I didn't play totally KG at all, but I mean, I don't think Poe has any other exit aside from the 3 back. But post 3 back that I do later, and this is what you mentioned as your mistake.
Yeah. I should have just stayed there. If I had stayed there, I would have had a chance.
Yeah, you if you rotated,
Or I should have just stayed there, rotated. Yeah.
yeah, if you did that, my only escape would have been to keep my S-files close, do the 3 back, and then barrel roll.
Yeah. And you
And
might have
here's
even needed barrel roll boost.
yeah,
Oh, and this is where I forget. I was so excited on wait, and I was like, no, wait.
oh
The
yes, so
the two lower guys haven't done anything. I was like, I was so excited about. I was so boost happy that
you boosted with Ray
like
for everyone else.
yeah, I was like yes, I'm here, come here, which I shouldn't have done, and I admit to that. Ugh, yeesh.
It's so we were all excited to see how Ray would perform that day.
Yeah,
Of course, this is against a very specific archetype. I'd love to see this go up against something like Swarms, or maybe another Jouster list like a 4-ship Rebel archetype. But from what I'm seeing so far with a couple of games that we've been having with this list, is that it's pretty much got a tool set for any kind of X-Wing list archetype that people can throw at it. Uh,
I think
if
the major the major problem it'll face is like with dedicated swarms.
interesting.
I don't think like okay, you already know my hatred for Sinker Swarm because
Uh-huh. It's
because yeah, it's like oh look, let's go forward and go forward.
not meant as an insult to any player who plays Sinker Swarms, but basically the whole strategy, at least from where we're standing, we're seeing Sinker Swarms as basically fly in a block, just make sure you don't create bad decisions during critical turns, and then tank a lot of damage, and that's it's not our personal styles.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. I mean, I Oh my god! It's no, no. It's also from my blatant hatred of the V19 chassis.
It's just got ugly maneuvers, but I think it's personally I think it looks nice.
Yeah, I
Should
wish
have
it
some.
had I wish it had nicer maneuver. I wish
That's true.
I wish its dial matched how pretty it was.
Oh, this specific shot from Poe actually kind of gave me hope because I felt like it could have been a critical turn for me to have been able to turn the tide. Unfortunately, he just shoots, deals one damage.
I mean, you were shooting against a range 3 through a rock,
Yeah.
so one damage average is not bad. Oh, this. Oh my
Oh
god.
yes, the critical shot for my Lulu, because if not, it would all have been wasted. And thankfully, Ray is in range. I should have not spent. Oh no, I got a good roll on that. I got 3 hits, and I think you get just one damage.
Yeah.
That was enough to tip things. Oh no, Ray's already at half points.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying. Oh, here it comes. That. Oh my
Yes,
god.
the kill shot. Rerolling using Jess's ability, and comes up with 3 shots.
And it was two blanks and a focus. That's why you couldn't heroic.
Yes,
And
it
then you
was.
use lone wolf and it's still blank. Oh my
Yes,
god.
and the funny thing, yeah, it just outright kills Lulu during that turn. It's the thing about this game was after killing Lulo, it was a significant swing towards the realist's favor because with Poe at 1 health,
Yeah.
uh, it's I really had to take care of his points, and it brings you up to 86. That's a really big gap for me to try to get.
Yeah, but the crazy thing the crazy thing was then I realized, oh yeah, he's just down to one and he's got two defense and I have three dice. So if I can and I've got full force. So even if I roll, it just light bulb in my head. It's just like, okay, I guess if I do a full, but basically, if I can get him in my front arc and then I roll average because I have two force at the moment. I'm just gonna get three damage. I'm just gonna get three hits through, and I don't care.
Mhm.
And that's basically what happened the next turn. And it was really dumb too how I did it. I admit to that.
Oh yeah, actually, I feel that now maybe I should have just exited with Poe with a 2 turn to the left or right. Either would have been good. Well, actually, 2 turn to Poe's left because if I did the right, I wouldn't be able to get out of that asteroid's way.
Well, you could have done a two turn barrel roll and boost.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm trying to
Yep.
remember what your options were because you were still in arc.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I bumped you. Yeah, I
Uh,
force bump.
oh no, I was able to shoot and half points just if I remember it.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. But what I'm saying
Or
is,
Bastion.
I think you. So that means you went for them, right?
Yes, I went for
Yeah,
them.
you went for them. So that's not. I mean, since yeah. So even if you did go for them, if you had disengaged, then probably next turn I would have just done a. I would
With
have
the
gone for Nien. Yeah, I probably would have gone for Nien next turn. If you were if you got out of Ray's arc and I'll be like, okay, I'll go after you later.
I was actually expecting Ray to just skirt the side of the board once again with a 3 back maybe, or a 2 straight boost, or a 3 straight boost. But your move actually really surprised me. You doing that 2 turn into the rocks and just bumping into Poe.
Well, work,
Yeah, it works, and
I
it
guess.
capitalized on Gray's strengths, which is what actually kills Poe during this game.
Yeah, no. It was really just that. I realized that, if I get you in my front arc, even if I roll, because it ends up being like a 1v1,
Mm-hmm.
and that basically tells me like, okay, um, if I get if I do get the 1v1, it's great. Like you're the only thing I need. You're the only thing that I need to kill right now, and then
Yeah,
that'll put me up. Like if I remember correctly, so he was 27 points, I guess. How many points?
sorry.
Oh, he's
This
73.
past.
So no, Poe is
Oh, Poe.
73 points. And then if I kill Poe, then it's pretty much over.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to solo the rest of the list with just Nien. That's just. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to solo the rest of the list with just Nien. And here it goes. Poe shooting his shots on Bastion.
Yeah, he's the proper target. Bastion is a proper target. He's the one who doesn't have defensive mods.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's even cheaper than Lulo with Lone Wolf and Heroic. But yes, I did get half points from Bastion for this game.
Yeah. Oh god, that was such a good.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be have been able to get that a shot like that if I disengaged. It'd take a lot of with you controlling the center like that.
Yeah. Basically what I would have done would be like, okay, let's ignore Poe. Let's go after.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll do
And
another.
this is Ray doing her shot of 2 hits and a blank, spending the ability, and me rolling blanks, doing heroic, and then rolling blanks again. It's so stupid.
I
Beautifully stupid.
I swear. The comedy of errors was real,
Yeah.
but
I-
it's crazy. This is actually a really really interesting game, if we're being honest.
It was fun. It was interesting. Mistakes were made, but we also learned a lot.
Yeah, and the really interesting part I think was how would I have, like, I'm trying to understand how what I would have done. I mean, after this, I think we already decided to end the game.
Mhm.
But the major thing is that I think next turn, since I was already in my front, you were already in my front arc. I think I would have just done a 2 turn, and
Mhm.
then gone after you with blue maneuvers from the bully boys.
Yeah, actually, the kill box is pretty set up. I can't, even if I do the Talon Rolls, I'll just be blocked by Ray. The bully boys can hit me. Maybe I could gamble on getting better defense from that asteroid to the left of Nien. Uh, but it's going to be a world of hurt for next turn. So that's why I decided to concede the game.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, because what would have happened was I would be okay. I'll take a 2 turn around the rock,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically Bastion is going to do a 2 bank, and then well, maybe a 3 straight
For Jess.
for Jess, just to try to catch you, and
Mm.
then the thing is, if you turn left, you're gonna hit either the rock or the ray, so no actions. and if you turn outward, then that's uncontested shots for me.
That's true.
Yeah. And then if you turned in, like if you bump into Ray, pretty much it would have been next turn I would have slooped.
Yeah, and uh, Nien would be in a pretty bad shot unless I also decide to keep running away, just try to be cagey. But at that point, I'd have to be aggressive. I'd have to get either Jess at half points or Bastion
Well,
killed.
just yeah, Bastion was already been killed, but the thing is, 73 plus 49 is 122.
I know, so that's going to be 73 plus 24.
No, no, sorry, no, no, plus 49. Sorry, 73 plus 49 is 100. Yeah, 122.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, because Poe already, the points from Poe are on your end yet, 86 plus
yeah.
Poe's half. Yeah, I'd have to beat your score.
So
Yeah.
100. I'm at 73 right now, and that's at half.
No,
You
that's
have
mine. That's my
Yeah, no, no,
73.
no. I mean, yeah, you've got 73 points already, and that's half of Ray plus
Half of Bastion.
half of Bastion. Killing Bastion
The win.
does not get you the win. Killing Oh, but that's interesting. Killing Ray does no, no. Killing Ray gets you a tie.
Oh, so there was a chance for me to gun for a tie. Maybe I should have just. Oh no, you'd be shooting first and taking away my focus.
Yes.
Well, Tim, what do you think are the how I say this the primary um, learning points during this game for the list?
Okay, on my end, basically, I think I should have just two things. I could have either faked out,
Mm-hmm.
which is I should have same opening, three straight boost forward, but then do a three turn
Uh huh.
back to my side. So it's like okay, I know you have no intention of running. I mean of engaging me. So I'll just run away, and then reset, and then we'll reset to hunt one particular guy. Another thing that I could have done was uh now that I look at it, I should have done a three instead of doing a three bank um on my second turn because I did a three bank then boost, correct? I
Mm-hmm.
should have just done I should have done a three turn to towards Lulu at the start, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
Lulu did that one turn.
Yep.
So I should have done a three turn, which would have cleared the asteroid, then a boost.
Mm-hmm. Trying to catch up to my Lulu, basically.
If I get you in arc range one, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, that would basically cripple me in the early game.
That and then maybe if I okay, so if I roll average for four dice, that'd be two hits,
Mm-hmm.
blank and a focus, pretty much. So I would just go for it. Spend the two. What do you call that? Spend the two fours to make it four hits. Even if I rolled hit blank blank, it's still four hits
Mm-hmm.
basically. And then if you don't use your focus, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you die if you roll badly.
That's
Or
it's nice that you bring that up because It's actually what I like about this setup. You could actually go all in on either using the force on defense or offense with Ray without worrying about not having the force to activate Leia. At least that's on my end personally. You're using the force either for soft mods or purely for Ray's ability, but not necessarily for doing any kind of movement shenanigans for the Falcon.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I just that's the main reason why I dumped Leia here actually, because I was getting the same value more or less, but then I could do more things because the Ray's Millennium Falcon title is insanely good. I have to admit that
It's
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 a lot
basic.
better than I thought.
It's basically prime thrusters for the Falcon. It's a wonder why
Yes.
it's not initiative costed.
I'm just glad it's not. It's crazy. No, because you can do really crazy things like um I think there I'm not sure if there's a stress I'm not sure if there's a stress
Mechanic.
no, I mean I'm not sure if there's a stress limitation. I'm
Oh,
double
there
checking
is.
now.
There is.
I think it's 2
It's
or
two
3.
stress. If you have more than two stress, you can.
Yeah,
So it's two stress
then
hurts.
you have Corcella, it doesn't matter. So basically, but imagine I could have done just something to think about. If I wanted to do the exact same opening, I should have just done a 4 straight then boost.
Yeah, and then try to get back into Jess and Bastion's.
No, no, no. Like imagine this, okay? 4 straight boost, and if I wanted to come in, I should have just done a three. Then I should have done a 2 bank, and then boost again, or 2 bank then wait there, and then
Mm,
I have no stress, and that opens up everything. Like then next turn I do a
Sloop.
what do you go? Then I do a sloop, then rotate.
Actually, that makes a nice way to look at setting up Ray's how we say this infamous seniors loop tactic that's been prevalent even in the first edition.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. I mean, now that now that I've thought more about it, but of course I can't really practice it because I don't like I said I don't have the what do you call that
The components.
yeah I don't have the components to practice or to like just to theory craft. So now that I look at it, it's actually I can see a lot of different possibilities, even though it's not the strongest. I admit that it's not the strongest list.
Hmm. Yeah, it's probably. I think I do want to see how it stacks up against the triple X small X archetype and some
Uh,
other resistance lists.
Ray is gonna friend zone Pin so hard.
That would actually be an interesting thing to see on the board and to see how the math works out. Maybe it's something we could try putting on the table next time.
Yeah, sure. That I would actually want to. I would actually want to see it. No, because the thing is, then I would really play. Then I would play Ray really cagey. It's like, you want to joust me? No, hell no. I'd play Ray like Han.
Yeah, because you'd be moving last compared
Yeah,
to all the lower teams.
exactly. Because they're gonna be in a bunch, so it's like okay. I guess I guess what we'll do is everyone is your 4 will joust against my 2, but the thing is you're gonna be jousting unmodified. One of your guys is gonna be unmodified.
So, Tim, just to wrap this up, let
Yes.
me try to how to say this, condense or like maybe put a summarized grade for this list. I'd say it's a solid core. It's got a solid core of Jess and Bastion. The whole idea of putting uh, wingmen that emphasize where Ray can be extremely efficient at, which is jousting, really ups the whole list's value. It's not overkill, nor is it a negative experience for any players going up against it. It's still beatable, but I think that any resistance player with the components for this Ray list, it's gonna be easy to build because all the components are easy to reach aside from Corsella, which is in the resistance transport, so you'd have to get the resistance transport.
Yeah.
Um, but it's for any new player looking into a small ship numbered list, this might be a good option. But
Yeah.
aside from Falcon being the Resistance Falcon being unavailable right now.
No, I think basically all your points are excellent. I think um I think the idea behind this list, which is what I kind of wanted to, it's a great stepping stone because it's a list that you can play multiple ways. You if everyone is moving before you, hey, I'm the ace now. I'm Han Solo now, so that's one. That's one way you can play it. And then at the same time, you have great wingmen, which is really actually the backbone of the list. Ray
Mhm.
is gravy. Ray is gravy, but at 49 points on what I would have to say is really a suboptimal chassis um because of what it does. And I wish that the rotate wasn't red. I wish so hard. It would change so many things if the rotate wasn't red. I mean, I could get rid of Corcella now. I could oof. Yeah, if the rotate wasn't red, I'd be like no more Corcella. Let's put in a um
Perceptive co-pilot.
heightened no heightened perception.
Oh yes, yes, that does feel great on Ray.
I would go like heightened perception. Oh, look, I'm shooting first. And then and I have a hotshot gunner.
Yes, that would be more than gravy. You'd have giblets there.
Yeah.
Giblets.
So it's like, yep, not you, not you. It's amazing. I mean, if and it's a way. It's basically a way to snipe. It's basically a way to snipe aces since you're gonna be I7. But um, I see why it's red, I guess. But
Mhm.
I feel so bad. I mean, I showed you the meme. I showed you the meme where the three T7 the three YT 1300s are basically King Ghidorah's heads, and it's like, and then Derp head is the scavenged YT 1300, and it's so on the mark that it feels sad.
Yeah, because flying the my experience flying resistance hand with the resistance hand is basically that he just doesn't kite as well as rebel hand, or
Y-
even scum hand.
Well, I mean I use Scum hand differently.
Mm. But
Yeah.
you agree that the resistance falcon just doesn't have the tool set to mitigate damage or keep points like rebel falcon, which for me it's just seeing Ray be able to, how to say this, deal a significant amount of damage and be able to exit because she has strong wingmen. It's a really great. It's a really fun experience.
Yeah, it's something that tells you that it has potential, and I think it's I think it's a crew slash a gunner away because like when we were talking, you were talking about Rose, and then your answer was like, you know, going for a bad result is never the right way,
Yeah,
and then
especially if you're paying 9 points for it.
yeah, exactly, it's so bad, I swear, and like the way I think about it now, it's like, I mean, you could do something really stupid like play Ray Venny. Is Venny the one that gets a free focus result?
Yes, if Venny is in the mobile arc of the turret arc of a friendly ship.
Yeah, and Venny is friendly to herself. So
Yep.
guess what? My God, it's so yeah. Like if you could fit like Ray Venny. That would be really dumb, I
I,
swear.
I believe you can, and I think someone's already tried that. You'll just have to trawl the list fortress
Oh my
archives. But
god, that
yes,
would
I believe someone has already tried that.
it sounds fun, but at the same time, I'm thinking about how it would feel against like a CIS swarm.
That would be interesting. It'd be like Luke, or no, it'd be like, oh, it would be like a limited fan. When you think about it.
Yeah, a bit. Oh my god. But anyway, but thank you for the game. It was actually pretty interesting to play um Resistance because it's the faction I have the least stuff of. I mean, simply because I don't have the conversion kit.
Mhm.
And it's also I think it's the faction that I have the least reps on because well, one is I'm in no hurry because it's quote unquote your faction. I'm in no hurry. Plus, I don't play much of it. So that's pretty much it.
No worries, Tim. It was definitely a fun game. I look forward to testing out this list with you further, and maybe bringing out some of the other lists that the Thinking Scrubs have in the, how to say this, in our little Stockwork studio. So, to any listeners, thank you so much for going on this little hour and 15-minute journey with us, going over my game with Tim. And we hope that you give this Ray list a try. Let us know what you think. If there are any other alternatives that you may be looking at, do let us know also as well if you think Leia is also a good option and what your experience is with that. Because I think we'll be sticking with this archetype of the Ray build, but it's always good to know how the other end performs. So,
Mm.
Tim, any last words? Any shoutouts?
Anyway, if you guys can come on by the Gears and Games, we're open 7 days a week from 12 to 8. Yes, parking is an issue right now, but hopefully it's gonna be resolved soon. Um, we basically play on the weekends. If
Yes.
you want to learn, come on by. If you want to play, come on by. We're not. No, don't worry. We don't bite unless you
Yes.
ask us to.
Yes, so thank you everyone and have a great day.